Good day and welcome back to the Family Cyber Clinic, where we discuss all things cyber and we strive to share the security threats that are lurking around us, especially on the internet. And today we are going to be discussing headphones, earphones, and earbuds. Yeah, so some of you may be asking, what does this have to do with cyber security? We're in a cyber age where lots of vendors are milking the things that our kids now desire most. And I'm sure if you were to do a Christmas list, that I'm certain that your son or daughter has put on her or his list the need for headphones, earbuds, particularly the Apple earbuds, I'm sure. So it's an issue, and it's an issue that has become important for certainly parents, and more so the clinic. And so we're addressing the benefits, the trend itself, and the dangers. We'll particularly focus on the impact, negative impact, I hasten to add, that it's having on our young ones. I don't need to tell you that headphones and earphones have become the in thing in our modern era, especially the earbuds, the Bluetooth, the plug-in, and all that stuff. Every child wants one, has one, or is planning for one, and it's become quite a distraction. And by the way, it has to be showy, it has to be red, bright red, it has to be white, yellow or pink, so that they will be noticed. And interestingly, but not surprisingly, the vendors are listening very carefully and delivering the goods and making millions of pounds as they do so. So on the family channel, the Family Cyber Clinic channel, we are constantly looking for ways to prevent harm coming to our kids whilst they engage in this cyber world. And the clinic is genuinely concerned that parents are falling prey to this dangerous trend. And so we've decided to share the benefits, the dangers, the alternatives, and the practical tips that will help us. You know, that's our business. The clinic's business is to help, to empower, and to win back or gain back control. And that is crucial. The clinic is bold to say that for kids between the ages of 7 and 15, and that doesn't mean we're excluding the 16, 17, 18, but that age, 17 and 16, the dangers of wearing earphones, earbuds, or headphones outweigh the benefits. And so let's discuss the benefits. And interestingly, there are not so many, but I'm going to just list them. The first one I have on the list is privacy. One of the benefits they would sell to us is that they enjoy music without disturbing others or worrying what they may feel about your taste of music. So they keep it to themselves. They don't want you to judge the music they listen to. And that often ticks a box for them. So it's a benefit. Listening to music, they say, a second benefit, they're able to listen at their preferred volume levels. You know, and I believe that benefit is questionable, as you will see when we discuss the dangers. But they give the excuse that they're listening to music at a preferred volume because if they put it on the speaker, it'll be too loud and people will be saying, please, can you lower it and all that stuff. So that's a benefit, a supposed benefit, I should add. The third one is that it's fashionable, it's trendy. You know, kids love feeling among. It's quite sad, but they do. And so it's fashionable, and so they want it. A benefit in their own view. And then if you're a music creator, you use headphones, earphones at times to make adjustments to your sound that might not be so easy doing if you listen to the playback via, normal speakers. So that's a benefit. You use them as what the musicians call monitors. And so that's a benefit. There may be more, but that's all I'm desiring to share in this video. Now let's discuss the dangers. Now, the one that is crucial is unawareness. Unawareness, not allowing, they don't allow themselves hear the auditory cues in the environment. You know, that there's danger that they're not aware of because the music is drowning the ambient noise around them. You know, when they're going on a morning jog or they're cycling or just on a general stroll, they miss any sounds that could potentially alert them to the danger that is lurking. They become unaware of everything that's happening around them because those things are tucked in to their ears, especially those noise cancelling ones, you know. So they make our young ones prone to mugging. The rogue knows you are engaged, engrossed and potentially distracted. And so you're attractive to the rogue. Also makes our young ones and adults alike prone to accidents. You're unaware of the dangers as you're totally engrossed. Human beings are generally unable to multitask. So imagine, they say we men don't multitask, but that's a discussion for another day. But imagine you're listening to music and you're zoned in. You're going to be unaware of the things happening around you. And so you're accident prone. And I hasten to add you're an attraction to the rogue. The second danger is hearing loss. You know, this happens gradually over time. So it's not like you listen to music today and boom, your ear bursts. No. Over time, you know, when you put those things inside your ears, especially the ones that go into the ear, from what I've read on the internet, that if you put the earphone into your ear canal, it can increase the sound's volume by 6 to 9 decibels, enough to cause physical harm to the auditory nerve cells. Because we're blasting our music. And if we blast our music, it's going to gradually erode the hair. And once the hair starts getting damaged, it's irreparable. You can't repair it. That's why as our kids grow up, you find that they, pardon, you know, all that stuff. It's because their eardrums have been damaged, or at least the area around the ear. So it's important because it's a danger. You know, it's too close, too much sound, too close to the ear, and it affects mostly adolescents. Okay, the third danger is antisocial behavior. Let me make a disclaimer here that generally wearing headphones or earphones or earbuds don't make our children antisocial. They do enough to make that happen on their own, you know, private game consoles and all that, but it contributes to it. Headphones send a message that you are busy or you don't want to talk. There are kids who actually wear earphones constantly and ignore those around them. There's so many who just have the earphones plugged in and it's not plugged into anything. They just keep it plugged in, and that's the fashion, you know? And people who see them that way believe that they don't want to be disturbed. So it's usually a way for them to deceive others into leaving them alone. And that's worrying. You know, our kids have started presenting excuses like they easily get distracted when there's noise. That's why they can't do their homework well. That's why they plug all that it helps them concentrate. And sometimes it's valid, but most times, I tell you, it's a con. Headphones are generally seen as a big do not disturb sign. Yeah. Headphones, earphones, or earbuds prevent our kids from engaging in socially meaningful interactions, thus making them antisocial or asocial, as they say in some quarters. You know, so it's important, really important that we observe these dangers. They're dangerous. And these must be a concern for any parent. And that's why the channel is taking time to discuss it today. So we're going to discuss the practical tips that will help, you know, get our kids away from this, you know, from these dangers that I've discussed, and enjoy the benefits also. But before we do, I want to urge those who are visiting this channel for the first time to subscribe to the channel. You know, it's a community for you. And remember to click the bell so that you'll be alerted when content like this is uploaded every week. We want you to be a part of this family. Subscribe. Thank you. All right, so the practical tips. Now you will notice that I've not given up on whether we should give it to our kids or not. So most of the tips will say if they must. And you notice I'm doing it reluctantly, if they must. But if they must, tip 1. If they must, they should only use headphones, earphones, and earbuds indoors only. And I've already told us why. I've explained the danger. The danger I've mentioned that they're of unawareness. You don't have that problem if you only wear it indoors because you're in the safety of your own home. Yeah, it's not practical, but it's a tip. And you must acknowledge the 60-60 rule, and I'll explain that later. Tip 2, if they must, they should use dark-colored earphones, headphones, or earbuds. And why am I saying that? We live in a world where rogues know exactly what is expensive, and the earbuds, the Apple earbuds, are expensive. So you have kids thinking that they're being showy, but they're attractive to the rogue. Now, if we're recommending, if we want them to be safe, then just buy dark colored ones. You're buying headphones for them anyway, right? They use it. Buy dark colored ones. If they have to use it outside, which is painful enough, but it's what it is, then at least they're not thief magnets, okay? All right, tip 3. If they must have them, parents should have them keep the volume down on the headphones. And this is where the 60-60 rule comes in. The volume should be set at 60%, and they should not use it for longer than 60 minutes at a time. The 60-60 rule is what the clinic recommends. The 4th tip, an option would be not to use headphones at all. No earphones, no headphones, no earbuds. You can buy them Bluetooth speakers and ask them to keep the volume down. That way they avoid all the health risks altogether. Okay? Tip 5, if they must wear them, they should get into the habit of plugging in only one. This will only apply with the earphones and earbuds. It'll be a bit awkward with the headphones, but you get the idea. Plug only one ear, so only one there, and leave this open so that the ambient noise you'll be able to appreciate, and then you're doing two things at the same time. Because this will be ridiculous for the purists, but it's an option. It's a tip. It will work. That way you avoid the dangers I discussed earlier. All right? Do not, this is tip 6, do not use noise cancelling headphones outdoors to avoid the dangers or the associated dangers that I mentioned earlier. Now, it would be lovely to block out all that noise so that you can enjoy your music. I've discussed that it's dangerous because you become unaware of your surroundings. So to avoid those, then of course, you should not use noise cancelling ones. If you really do have to use noise cancelling ones, then use it in a safe place. That way at least you're protected, mostly indoors, okay? All right, so the last tip, 7, parents should from time to time care to listen to what their kids are listening to. Yes, privacy is a privilege. Now, if our kids are not transparent enough, then that becomes a problem because you'll be unaware of things they're struggling with, things that are red flags. So care to listen to what they're listening to. Try and get into their own world and appreciate what they're listening to. You'll be surprised. I hope for the sake of all parents that it's stuff that is good. But I'm also quietly worried that it might not be stuff that you want your kid to be listening to. And so it's vital that you are, engaged in that journey with them. So it's vital, Let's get involved in all aspects of their growth. All right, I have a challenge for us. Okay, this is the clinic's challenge. What if we challenged our kids to unplug their headphones, earphones, or earbuds at a time that they are normally plugged in? And I'll give us 4. while visiting family friends. Ah, yes, they plug it in. It's like a fashion. They almost wear the thing like they're wearing clothes. They wear shoes, wear trousers, wear shirts. The headphones have to go in. Yeah, tell them to plug it out as a challenge. In the car, a car is a domain where we ought to be discussing. You have the kids plugging in their headphones and living in their own world in that little space. So challenge them to put it off or take it off when they're in the car. During dinner time, absolutely ridiculous. Family time is supposed to be family time and not personal time. So challenge them to take it off during dinner time. And the last, while the family are watching TV, you cannot have your headphones. That's isolating yourself in a family gathering. So those are 4 things we can challenge them to do. And it's hard to predict what might happen. I hope it certainly won't be a fight. But it's important that you put that challenge to them and see how you get on. Share the result if you can via email or through the comments. It'll be nice to know how you get on, all right? As we do each week, smishing attempts have increased significantly in the past week. Yes, I shared last week on smishing, vishing, and fishing. I got a smish. That same afternoon that I released the video, I got a smish. So it's happening and it's rampant. So do not click the link. Do not click the link. All right. So it's on the rise, and I needn't tell you now because I'm showing you. They are happening. Calls are coming in. Text messages are coming in. Emails are coming in. Let's be alert. All right. The PowerPoint for this week. A wise man will hear and increase in learning, and a man of understanding will acquire wise counsel. I'm your host, Cyber Pastor Lawrence Eden. God bless, and see you next week. Goodbye.